Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Allie, and this week I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of my home for Christmas. So this is the first piece that we're going to be talking about today. And if you guys know my channel, this was a DIY that I did, and it is this beautiful entryway tension rod garland. Now this is something that, believe it or not, was so easy to do and makes a huge impact. Now I have another video, which I'll link for you down below, and that takes you through the DIY step by step. So you'll have the full tutorial. But really, this is just a matter of using a tension rod like you would in the bathroom for a shower, adding some garland to the top, and then make zip ties your best friend. So I just went out and I bought some of my favorite ornaments from stores like At Home or Hobby Lobby, and I just went ahead and zip tied them literally to the tension rod. You add in some lights that are set on a timer. These are all battery operated, so the first time you set them, it's just like a one and done. They turn on every night and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So whether you have a larger doorway like this, or maybe you have a smaller doorway, you can find a tension rod that works for you, but you definitely don't want to miss it. It's a showstopper, so I wanted to share this piece with you first. So this is my entryway table, and as you can see, I've redecorated it for the holiday season, and I really just added a bunch of festive touches that anyone can do, and they're pretty easy when you break it down. So in this case, I just added some florals here in this vase. These are two vases that are also a DIY, which I'll link for you down below. And I just added some Christmas greenery. I added some lit branches here. That's just one stem of lit branches, but when you fan them out, they go a really long way. Added in a couple of flickers with some candlesticks. I've got pillar candles and taper candles. And then I just draped a piece of this beaded garland. You can get this beaded garland on Amazon or places like At Home. This is one strand. I always like to add in a few pieces like this. Now these are just little pieces that I tied together off of garland maybe that fell apart, or other stems that I found at any of your local stores like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. You just take a little bit of floral wire, tie it together, and then you just tuck them in different areas like this. So even if you don't decorate a whole lot for Christmas, you can make that space feel like Christmas by adding in a few of those festive touches. So this is my main living space, and I've been so excited to share it with you. I wanted to point out that I went with some chocolate browns this year. I'm so happy that the warm colors are back when it comes to decor and design. So really I just added some nice accents to make things feel nice and festive for the holidays. So things like this pillow that I got here from Home Goods. It's a beautiful pillow, and it just adds that extra jeweled sort of look. I also added lots of festive touches back here with these trees and a lot of the candles. And then in here, this is a tray that I normally keep here all year round, but I made it feel Christmas and holiday by adding in things like pine cones and these frosted berries, just really sprucing it up and giving it that holiday vibe without having to do an entire overhaul of my space. And then behind me, I have a mantelpiece that I got from Costco. It's just a plain garland, but I decorated it and I spruced it up and I made it look like a lot more than what it was by just tucking in some stems that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. Added in some lit garland, and again, it just completely transforms the space and makes it feel rich, makes it feel more high-end, but for a very small budget. This is one of my favorite spaces in our entire house. It's our covered porch. It's a newer feature. We added it on about 2 years ago, and little by little, I've just been enjoying decorating it for the holiday season so much. So with our mantelpiece out here and with our fireplace, I didn't add in a lot of greenery. I really wanted this to have more of like a winter white kind of feel. So I went ahead and I added this glittery magnolia garland to the mantle and just some winter white stems. They have a touch of green, but really not a lot, because again, I wanted to keep it more monochromatic. So I added to the bottom here on the hearth. I just went ahead and I dressed up my two lanterns with some pine cones and a little bit of moss at the bottom, just so that everything pops really nicely. Added in two stags. I have one on each side, as you can see, and then a little lit glittery tree right here. And then we have our tree outside, because of course you need a tree in a space like this. And then I just added in some festive greenery here. These are some bell picks, which actually came from Hobby Lobby, and I had so many questions on how to style these. And one of the easiest ways to do it is to just spread them out and sort of let them peek out through the greenery that you have. There's something about brass mixed with greenery around the holidays that just really brings such a beautiful touch to your home decor, so definitely try that out. And then over here, I went ahead and I decorated our outdoor console table by using the same kind of themes, the same sort of traits that I used for the other one inside, where I have a couple of vases, one with stems, maybe one without. And then I just grabbed this bowl and I added some of these festive sprigs here. These were actually gift toppers that I picked up from Target, but they look really nice when you mix them in a bowl with some pine cones and they're just sort of peeking out. One tip I have for you is that if you don't have garland, or maybe you don't want to keep buying more garland to store, you can take several stems and just arrange them like garlands, like I did here on the bottom of our console table. These white stems are not garland. I just sort of tucked them in and I wove them around through the decor that already sits here all year long. And it just upgrades it and gives it a nice festive touch. I can't invite you into my home without offering you a delicious snack. So today we're going to be making salted chocolate peanut butter bark. This is one of my favorite go-to recipes. I always bring it with me to holiday parties and it's always on my dessert table because every time it is a smash hit. It is the perfect blend of chocolate, salty, sweet deliciousness. I start by mixing 1 tablespoon of maple syrup and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter and just setting that to the side to let it get a little soft. And then I'm going to heat up 1 full package of chocolate morsels. Now you can do this in the microwave in 30-second increments, just stirring in between, or you can do a makeshift double broiler like I'm doing here. But either way, you just want to get it so that that chocolate is nice and silky smooth and has no more lumps in it. And once that happens, you turn the heat off right away. And then you're going to add in about a teaspoon of vanilla extract and just stir that around until it's really well mixed. Next thing you'll do is you're going to pour out the chocolate onto a piece of parchment lined paper on a baking sheet, and then you're just going to spread that around until it gets nice and smooth, and so you have a thin layer of chocolate that's touching every corner of that baking sheet. So now you're going to go back and get your maple syrup and peanut butter mixture, and you're just going to add a few little tablespoons here and there on top of the chocolate. No special way to do this as long as you put a dollop sort of in each area. And now comes the fun part. You're going to grab a fork and you're just going to drag the fork through the peanut butter just so that you're sort of making that swirly pattern. You don't want to over mix it, but you just want to very lightly move the fork around so that you're spreading a little bit of peanut butter to each corner of the chocolate. Once that's finished, you're going to take some coarse sea salt and just give a nice sprinkle across the top layer of the chocolate and pop this in your freezer for about 1 hour. Now that it's ready, this freezes super quick because it's such a thin layer. You are just going to start breaking the bark apart. Again, no right way to do this, so it's actually a fun thing to do. There's no pressure. You just want to make sure that you get like nice bite-sized pieces. And then you can choose to serve this at your next holiday party or bring this as a dessert. I personally love putting this in this glass dessert case. I just think it looks really pretty. You can also decide to gift this. So if you saw one of my most recent videos, I've got lots of really great, easy DIY gift ideas, like popping them in these vintage mugs or in those treat boxes. But either way, it's so absolutely delicious, and I hope that you enjoy.
That's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope that you enjoyed this holiday home tour. Let me know down below in the comments, maybe what was your favorite space or what was your favorite part? Did you learn something new today? If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps my channel, and I so appreciate it. I love hearing your comments. I love hearing what you guys think. So again, thanks so much for being here. I wish you all a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.